What's up everyone, Chris Driven here, and in this video I am going to be sharing what it was like to lose my childhood dog. I know this isn't exactly automotive related, but remember, these are stories that are going to live on in case I pass, and if or when me and my wife end up having kids, they can look back at these stories and kind of get to know their dad. Like I said, this is if or when we get to have kids. But yeah, this is something that I've never really talked about with as many people. I mean, there's not really any reason to share it, but you know, to put this on YouTube, I would say it's really important for those who are going through the same type of pain or loss, because this is something that is you know, not like any other. So yeah, we're just going to be talking strictly about my dog. Name was Lucky, and it's a bit of a long story in a way, but I will just kind of describe why, what, or where I was when this happened. And I hope I don't really get hate for this, because this is just, I don't know. I feel like maybe something could have been done, but he was just a really old dog. But so anyway, I'll get to it. Yeah, I had Chihuahua. I know, something that a breed maybe not many people, you know, care too much about, but like I said, this was my childhood dog, and the reason how or why he meant so much to me is, you know, when I was, I don't know, 4. I'm going to try to tell the details to the best of my ability. I know my mom kind of knows a better story. But yeah, basically he came into my life when I was extremely sick and in the hospital when I was younger, or a child, or not sure when exactly. When I was 4, I think. And, you know, my mom decided to get me a dog, at least from what she's told me. And for whatever reason, it kind of made me feel better, and, you know, I recovered well. But yeah, since then, I'm going to try to put as many photos as I have on my phone, or that I have access to at the moment. And you guys will definitely see, you know, he's been in my life like since I was very young. So, yeah, once again, I've never actually talked about the full story. And, you know, I've pretty much gotten over that pain of, you know, whenever I think about him, like, it doesn't make me as like sad or depressed, but I know probably talking about it, like anything, it's gonna hurt, because like, yeah. So yeah, anyway, got the dog, made me feel better, and he was pretty much at 16 or I believe 18 years of age when he had to be put down. And yes, in this case, he was put down. He did not pass away, and you guys will know exactly why or what. But yeah, there was a time where, I think around middle school or elementary, we were moving to a different house, and they were not gonna accept dogs, so I had to leave my childhood dog behind. And, you know, my dad or mom took me away. Not took me away like in a bad way, but, you know, we drove away, and like I just see my dog there at the fence, kind of just, you know, looking where I'm going, and it just sucks because it's so painful. Probably shouldn't be crying while I'm driving, but I said I can be on autopilot when I drive. I don't have to think or nothing. So, but yeah, it sucks when they don't even. Oh God, I'm telling you, I hardly get emotional, so I'm pretty bottled up. So it makes it even harder for me to talk sometimes. But yeah, it sucks when they don't even know like what's going on. or where you're going, or if you're coming back. Goddamn. It makes it frustrating because I want to share the story without having to cry, damn it. I'm trying to fight the feelings of not crying so I can get to it. So don't feel bad for me, seriously, but I'm telling you, like, if you're going through it, it's good. It just hurts. It hurts. Yeah, clearly I haven't gotten over the pain, I guess. Once again, never really shared it in detail from beginning to end. But I'm gonna give you guys just a quick recap because, you know, not much I can share with such a short amount of time I have right now. But yeah, so I drove off to the new house because, yeah, like I said, they weren't allowing dogs, so I couldn't keep my dog. Not sure exactly where my dog was going, apparently to some friend of my dad's or somebody that, you know, they knew, and yeah, I guess he ended up staying with them. But lo and behold, years later, I guess my parents get a call that they have my dog at the animal shelter, and he had like some cuts like on his arm. I don't know what they had done to him. He wasn't looking like bad, but yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason he really did have cuts. I'm not sure the living condition or who it was that was living with him when I had to let him go. But oh god, we were just so lucky because I don't think we were at the house that we were living at that didn't allow dogs anymore. And, you know, we had already moved to another house years later, around 2014 or 2015. But when I was going to start, when I was around in high school, like sophomore year or something. And, yeah, like, it really was my childhood dog because he had the chip. So that's how the animal shelter called us. And I called him by his name, Lucky, and he would turn around like on the ride home. He still knew his name and everything, but just so you know, I'm not cutting any of this. This is going straight. So annoyed. I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell the story and I'm here crying. I'm going to tell you that if you play video games and that's all you literally do without spending time with your dogs, you suck. And I'm telling my old self too. Video games are a literal waste of time. Anything that takes away the time to spend with like your dogs and family, it all is just, it sucks. So yeah, like I said, back sophomore year, I ended up getting my dog back after years of not having him. And yeah, he was about 16, 18 years old, and for whatever reason, he ended up getting some sort of ball or bump on his leg. Not sure where he had gotten cut or what, but apparently it might have been cancer, according to my wife, with the ball that I don't know if she was able to see it. I can't remember that exact time when he was around. But because of that leg that I think he, when I got him back, he kept licking it so much. I mean, it's possible it would have gotten infected, but it wasn't even just because of the leg, but I think on his back leg, he ended up developing a ball that might have been cancerous. So now he had like 2 issues, which, it's kind of difficult because, back in high school, like I can't really control what my parents should do. And especially, going to the vet is expensive. And so that's really part of one goal that me and my wife want to make. And that's probably to help, people pay for their vet bills, although she may want her own clinic or her own mobile vet one day. And that doesn't mean anything is going to get discounted or anything, but in the sense of that, her and I, if we can grow big enough to like really help people, like I said, pay for their vet bills or pay to do whatever it is to take care of their animals, we'll do that for you. For the time being that we're not running a business ourselves. We'll just see. We'll have to figure it out. I'm not saying I don't know. That's another story. But anyway, yeah, the worst thing that really hurt a lot more was the fact that when he left, all I could think about was all the times that I was playing video games and left him in the kennel and not even spending time with him. I didn't even go out on walks a lot with him because I know, normally in our area it's full of stickers and you can hardly walk without getting stickers on your feet. Some people might not know what I'm talking about, but it really is like thorns or, like these things, they hurt. Imagine walking barefoot outside and you're just getting all these things like poking your feet. But yeah, seriously, video games suck. And it's just the worst because, I've been playing video games my entire life since I was a kid, which it was great for the time, when I was a kid and then in middle school because of Black Ops 2 and Need for Speed. But man, like it really does rip away so much time to, spend with family and like your animals. It just takes away so much of that attention from them because you're so obsessed and addicted because you're so young and you don't even care about anything. You have nothing else to worry about. And it's no different nowadays with phones taking away the attention from spending time with your kids, family, or friends, being in the moment. That's why I really do hate kind of the modern days now because we rely so much on tech where we're just so addicted to what's on our phone rather than just enjoying things how it was back when people used to actually talk to each other and interact. Not that I'm looking to interact with people now. I'm just completely, I've isolated myself. Not really exactly, but in such a bad way. Anyway, I keep getting off topic. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so at some point my neighbors reported to animal control that it looked like our dog was being abused because of how bad his cut was getting from him licking it, and it just seemed like it kept bleeding. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, being the person that doesn't have the money to just be like, yeah, I will take you to the vet because, I am barely a sophomore. I don't think I had a job yet because I wasn't even of age yet. Like I can't control my parents to, for us to go to the vet because like I said, it's expensive. And it's either you pay for your dog to get saved or, or they're gone. But at some point, though, It wasn't around sophomore year though that he developed something extremely bad. It was really until sometime after I graduated high school. Pretty sure by this time he was like 18. I'm pretty sure he was 18, and we call him lucky because damn, like, I mean, not because of now, but he lived a pretty long life somehow, which a bit surprised with how bad and processed the foods are. But I know he's a small dog Chihuahua. They're supposed to live long, right? But he lived pretty long, and now I'm going to talk about the day that was probably the most painful of all out of everything, though. And like I said, this was during a time where I was already graduated from high school. At some point, I was attending college. And yeah, like I said, because of my neighbors reporting that it looked like my dog was being abused, which he seriously wasn't, but like his leg got so bad from him licking, it looked like we were doing something to him, and he wasn't. He just kept licking, and it was just bleeding a lot. And I know it seems something. I know everybody's gonna be yelling through the screen right now, like, why didn't you take him to the vet? Like I said, I mean, not only I'm either, like, my mom's there too, but I just didn't know, and I don't know, like, not sure what we could have done. At that time, I'm not even sure if my mom had really the money to get him taken care of. So I don't know. Like, being young, I just don't know. Like, we're not vets, and I know the most obvious thing to do is just take him to the vet. That way they can check him out because they would know. But once again, that is almost out of my will, that's out of my power, because like my mom would have to be the one paying for these things in the end. So yeah, this one day I was at college. I was taking a test or an exam, and my mom texts me that she took our dog Lucky to the vet, and they determined that he had to either go through a very, I don't know, extreme type of surgery to remove whatever ball that was growing on his leg, and either that or put him down. But I think they were telling us apparently there was a chance that he might not make it through the surgery, just due to him being old already. And I don't know, I think at the time too, I really didn't want him to live with being in pain anymore too, and being that he was really already so old at 18. I'm gonna put some photos up right now, and these are gonna be one of the most painful photos that you'll probably ever see, and it just shows you the story of maybe he knew, but I just wish I was there the day I was at school. The day I was at school and she tells me that they're going to have to put him down. It was painful, not only because, I'm losing my childhood dog, but I'm at school, I'm in public, and, it was already time to go to the next class, and she sends me the photos, and I just wish I could have said bye, at least, but I didn't get the chance to. So you can imagine, my mom sends me these photos. She tells me that, they have to put him down, and I'm having to walk to class, bawling my eyes out, trying to hide my face. And I literally had my head down, trying to make myself seem kind of normal, but Not that I was expecting it, but nobody, I guess luckily, asked me if I was okay on my way to the next class. And I actually still have my dog with me in the form of an urn. You know, I have his leash, I have his paw. But yeah, serious, I really wish I was there. I know it would be just as painful, but at least I got to say bye. Once I got back home, I broke my heart even more myself because I just kept I kept telling myself and thinking how much he would have hated me or did hate me because I just had him in the kennel. I didn't even spend time with him. And you know, Chihuahuas, they just like to pee everywhere. And like I said, I know this is going to sound terrible. And this really adds on as to why I feel like the worst. I had him in the kennel. I was playing video games, wasting my life doing that. Like a stupid idiot. But yeah, nothing is more painful than losing your childhood dog and knowing that you didn't even get to spend the last of his years. All because I was playing video games. Like an idiot. I would just... Maybe like anybody, but if just living through a life with so much regret. I know we're supposed to move on and just do the best that we can now in the present time, but when you talk about these things, it really sucks. It makes you rethink, what am I even doing here? Sorry, I'm getting phlegm. Anyway, so I know that I'm gonna get over it as soon as I get to end this video and I stop talking about it. I wish I could have told it without crying. I didn't think I was gonna be bawling. That was not part of the plan. So, my overall message for everyone who has their childhood dog, and it's like with family, just take advantage and spend all the time that you can with them, because when they're gone, you're going to be thinking about all the times that you didn't get to spend with them or do anything for them. It's the worst because you think nothing's going to happen, and then life happens and everything is like just 2 times as worse. I'm still waiting for the day that I can dream I get to see him. I have not seen him yet in my dreams. My dreams are just so random. Sometimes I wish I could die a little bit just to go see him or whatever. I just hope when I'm gone I can see him again. I'm gonna put one photo too, and you guys let me know if you see it or not. Maybe I'm trying to convince myself he's in it. I took a photo of my car. My sunset was in the background. It was really around the time that I think he had passed, and I just decided to take a photo in case he might have came out. And so I'm gonna put the original, and then I'm gonna zoom in. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna share for now before the camera cuts the video, since we're coming up on 30 minutes. But you decide what you want to do overall after me sharing my story, a bit of how it was to lose my childhood dog. Remember, just spend time with them, because you really never know when it's going to be their last. I wish I would have known. Now I have to go to work with hurt feelings. So I'm gonna go drink some coffee and go do my job to the best of my abilities. So everybody stay driven, even when it hurts. Just have to keep going, because you can't pause life. You can't. There's no breaks. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. No, it's probably gross. Just really wish I had more time to spend with my dogs. I need to get better. I need to get on a routine. Because right now, even now, I feel like I'm sucking as a dog dad. Need to take them on walks. Need to take care of them. Get them everything. Which is really why I'm trying to escape the job life. I don't want to be waiting every 2 weeks to get paid. I just want to make all the money that I can to not only take care of my family, but help other people take care of their dogs, and just everything that I'm trying to do personally, because I know life gets tough, and when you don't have the money to do anything about it, it's just even worse, and you feel so helpless. One day, the world's going to know. And no, I don't care to be famous. That's not what I'm about. If it happens, that's accidental, but I'm not. Anyway, talk too much. I'll be fine. I really will. Mom, if you're watching, I hope not, but it's really okay. Just gonna go get some coffee. I'll feel better. I gotta go do my job. But yeah, this is just normal when it comes to talking about these type of things. Good thing I don't got makeup, right? Meanwhile that I'm editing this video, I just eating popcorn. I'm kind of just here. Even though I'm seeing myself cry, I'm just like, but yeah, so you gotta let yourself feel the emotions. Can't really ignore it, especially if it's a childhood dog. It's a pain like no other. But I'm good though, regardless. So just have to keep going. Take a moment. If you lose someone or your dog, cat, animal, yeah, it's pretty hard. I really did my best to not cry. I wasn't planning to, but I advise that you not drive talking about something like that, or else, so much tears in your eyes and you can't even see the road. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and stay driven. I think my dogs want to say hi. All the dogs and cats are elsewhere. Toby, Mr. Twibs. The current gang, we got Bruno, Dalmatian, Ivy, the border collie. Xena cannot hear us, as you can see. Xena. Yep. She's like 16, 17, can't remember. Or no. And then that's Toby. And then the two cats are somewhere in the room. Yeah, they like to play with each other. Clearly. Say bye, Toby.